And blindly follow కాకూడదు చేసేటప్పుడు కొన్ని టైప్ అలా ఎందుకు ఉంటుంది right. Yesterday we have a chance to understand. We are doing some basics to do the next Handson actually. Our agenda of the Handson is what? If you go to the my computer, our folder, E drive and RR ITEC folder. Okay. And if you go to the Informatica master lab copy, our agenda is to do the aggregator in our project. We have this is what the transformation, right? If you see this was the Handson 5, we are able to do it. Joiner, sorter, aggregator. As part of this one, actually we have a chance to understand what is the sorter transformation is doing, right? First we need to understand individual things, then we can club all the things. Okay, we understand the sorter transformation, how it is functioning. Now next our agenda is we need to understand aggregator transformation, that we need to understand. These all individual things are available, basic level knowledge you can get from other document which is available in the same folder. That is basic level thing. If you go and see here, yesterday we have a chance to understand sorter transformation. The sorter transformation is available here. Okay, now we are trying to understand next one that is called as aggregator transformation. We are trying to understand that will be available after the sorter transformation only. We have aggregator transformation. We need to understand this aggregator. Before going for the aggregator, let us go and try to see some theory points about the aggregator transformation. When I need to learn this aggregator transformation and what are the things. Let us go for aggregator transformation. Aggregator transformation. So today our agenda is to understand this aggregator transformation. Okay, right. It's trying to open. Now expand it. The first point in this one is what is the objective of this lesson? What is the objective of this one? By the end of this section, you will be familiar with basic aggregate functionality is what? Next, creating subtotals with the aggregator, how to create the subtotals. Next, aggregator expressions, what are the expressions you can provide? Aggregator properties are what? And using the sorted data, how to send the sorted data to the aggregate transformation. Now, if you see the first screen, aggregate transformation performs only one thing, that is called as aggregate calculations. If you see some of the example, sum of the price, sum of the cost, sum of the quantity, these all are what, sir? Aggregations only. Now, here ports are available. One port is called as mixed input or output port, as are allowed. This is what the input port or output ports are allowed. And we have one more thing that is called as variable port also available. If you want to do any calculations, intermediate calculations, anything if you want to do, intermediate calculation, anything you want to do, you can use the variable port. Now I have here group by also allowed. You know already, whenever you are using aggregate function, you must write the group by function, right? Without group by, you cannot write the aggregate thing. That is the reason here group by port also available. Next, create expression in variable and output ports. You can write the expression, whatever expression you are writing here, right? That can be written only if I select the output or variable. If I select, then only it will be available. If input, whenever you select the input option, if you selected means, then the expression will not be visible. These two are opposite. If input is selected, expression will not be visible to you. Okay, right. Next one is usage. When I need to go for this one, standard aggregation. Let us say I want to know the one product level totals I want, total revenue I want, or 1 year level total revenue I want, or 1 quarter level total revenue I want. Those kind of standard aggregations if you want to do, you can go for the aggregator transformation. Aggregator expression here I am trying to do. Aggregate functions are supported only in the aggregator transformation. That means this all average, count, first value, last value, max, median. These all aggregate functions whatever available. These things we can do only in the within the aggregator transformation. Okay. Yesterday we learned day before yesterday we learned expression transformation. We learned, right? In expression transformation also we can do calculation. But what type of calculation we can do? Only single row calculation. That means to date, to care, okay, substring, these all things. This is meant for aggregate calculations. That is using the aggregate functions called as sum, average, these all things. Even this aggregation calculations we can do based on the condition also. Conditional aggregate expressions are supported. For example, conditional sum format, sum value as condition. That means I am going to define, let us say, sum of your value as equal to salary I am defining, comma, salary is greater than 2500 I am defining. That means what, sir? If salary is greater than 2500, then only it is going to sum up. Otherwise it is not going to sum up. That is what the meaning of conditional sum format. Now, aggregate functions available as, these are the aggregate functions are available: average, count, first, last, median, min, percentile, and return summary values for non-null data in selected ports. So whenever you are doing the sum operations, these all things, you should not have any null values in the column. If I have null values, then what is going to happen, sir? Total value becomes null, right? Let us say 10 plus null. What is the result? Null only. That is why you need to make sure whenever you are applying the aggregate functions, there should not be any not null. Now, use only aggregate transformations. Use only in aggregate transformation. These are all things you need to use only in the aggregate transformation. Nowhere else you can use it. Next, use in output ports only. That means if you select here output port, if you see here, I have here these all are what, sir? I selected in the output ports and I am trying to define these formulas. These things we try to use only in the output ports. Now, next, calculate a single value for all records in a group. That means let us say I want department number wise totals I want. Department number 10th department, what is the total means? I used to say 10,000. 10th is the one group of people who are available in that one, right? For the group of people I am saying as total salary is 10,000. So for a group of records we are calculating a single value. For Hyderabad, what is the total value? That means what is Hyderabad, how many people are available, those total people revenue I am trying to sum up and I am giving as a single value. Next, only one aggregate function can be nested within an aggregate function. So here sum of sum you can write, but you cannot write sum of sum you cannot write. Only one level is available. Next, conditional statements can be used with these functions. I shown here already. Conditional statement is nothing but this kind of thing. You want to define it, you can define it. Now, aggregate properties. We have here sorted input property. We are trying to specifically are focusing on this one. If you see this one, instructs the aggregator to expect the data to be sorted. We are going to give input as a sorted data. That means already sorting data we are trying to give to the aggregate transformation. Next, set aggregator cache size for Informatica server mission. We have here cache directories available and cache size are available, data cache, and next also index cache. What is the difference between data cache and index cache also we need to understand. What is the difference between data cache and index cache we need to understand. We'll try to understand those things. So as of now here, one is cache directory we need to provide, where we need to show this cache file and all. Second is tracing level is nothing but what is the log level you want. Tracing level, if I give a normal, then bit log will be created. More log you want means you can select the property accordingly. In our OBW, we have the log levels are available, right? Similar to that one, this one. Now, if you go for the sorted input, this is what the sorted input option we need to select. And transformation scope is all input we are going to consider. Let us go and see these all properties down the line. We'll see it. Whenever I am explaining, I am going to show it. Aggregator unsorted data. If I give an input as unsorted data, if I give what is going to happen? Let us say I have in my table, employee table is available. In that one, 10th department, 20th department, 30th department data is available. However, those all things are not available in one order, right? I mean to say, if I go and show here employee table data, let us say tables. In that one employee table data, if you go for the data, I have data is available, but if you see data, first I have what, sir? 20th department. 20th department is given to the aggregate transformation. Then next is going to what, sir? 30. Next is going what, sir? 30. Next is going 20. So it has to see all the records it has to read. All the records it has to read till last it has to read. Till that point of time it has to keep separate calculations. Whenever this 20 is occurred, what is the salary, sir? 800 that it has to keep in one bucket. Let us say this bucket is corresponding to 20th department bucket. 20th bucket. It has to keep this bucket like this. Where it is keeping, sir? In the cache it is keeping. Where it is keeping? In the cache it is keeping the 20th bucket. So first whenever one record is came, okay, this record is 800, so I need to keep here 800. This total it is storing where, sir? Within the cache it is trying to store it. Now whenever next record is came, that is called as 30, it is going to keep one more bucket. That bucket has 30 bucket is keeping. This is called as 30th bucket. It is keeping here. And 30th bucket corresponding result is what, sir? 3300. 3300 is going to keep here. Now next one more thing is came here 30. 30 is what, sir? 2600. That also is going to write here 2600. Next what is coming? 20. 20 is what, sir? 2965. 2965 is going to write here. Next is what, sir? 30. 30 is what, sir? 2600. 2600 is going to write here again. Now next is what, sir? Again 30 is came. 5800. 5800 is going to write here. Next is what, sir? 10th. 10th means one more bucket. It is, yes or no? So it is one more calculation. So go for the 10th bucket. What is the corresponding value? 2450. 2450 is going to write here. And like this one by one, all the records till end. It has to read it. Once reading is completed, all the records are completed, then it is going to sum up what is the total value. And the total value it is going to load into the target. That means all the values are storing in the cache or not, sir? All the values are storing in the cache. If you are not providing in this fashion, input you are providing as, let us say, sorted input you are providing. That means like this. First 10 you provided. You also given information as I am sending to you sorted input I am sending. Then what will happen, sir? First we'll go for the 10. What is the value? 2450. Next 10, 5000. Next 10, 1300. Whenever it saw the 20, it will sum up these all things, load into the target. So due to that reason, cache memory is going to free out or not? Previously what happened? It is not releasing any single record till all the records calculation is completed. But here, whenever you are sending the sorted input, whenever one group of people are completed, it is trying to sum up and sending to the target. Cache memory is free out. Cache memory is freeing out means we are going to improve the performance. So sorted input if we send, we are going to improve what, sir? Performance. Sorted input if we send, we are going to improve performance. That is what my slide also is talking here. If you see slide carefully. First I am sending here unsorted data I am sending. Whenever I am sending unsorted data, then group by what I taken, sir? Store name, next department, next date. These are the group by taken. No rows are released. No rows are released from aggregator until all rows are aggregated. All rows, each and every row it has to aggregate. That much of cache will be occupied. Coming to the next slide, if you see this one, aggregating sorted data. We are sending sorted data in the order what, sir? Store, department, date. By group by columns also what, sir? Store, department, date. And one more thing you need to remember, whenever you are using aggregated transformation, sorted transformation, whatever columns you are sorting here, same columns we need to have here group by also. Whatever you are sorting here, same columns you need to have group by also. Now what is the process going to happen is, each separate group, one row is released as soon as the last row in the group is aggregated. What is the last row in the group, sir? In the 10th group, this is what the last row, right? Whenever last row is occurred, it is trying to group this one, it will be released to the target. My cache memory will be free out. Yes or no, sir? That's how it is going to improve the performance. Yeah, it's like SQL rule. Correct. So this property is only for the purpose of to improve the performance only. So 2 points. If you given the sorted input to the aggregate transformation, we are going to improve the performance. But whenever we are giving the sorted input to the aggregate transformation, we need to make sure the columns whatever you sorted in the sorted transformation, same columns you need to select as a group by also. If you select differently, again it is going to performance impact is more. Okay, that's what that one. Next one is, what is the meaning of aggregator cache? I said cache is available, right? The integration service stores data in the aggregated cache until it completes what's the aggregate calculations. It stores group values in an index cache and row data in a data cache. What is the meaning? Here I have two types of caches are available, right? One is called as data cache, second is called as index cache. In index cache, what is going to store is what are the things you applied here group by. Group by applied on what's a product department, next month, repeat. These three columns corresponding data will be stored. These three columns corresponding data will be stored in index cache. Remaining all columns means what? These are all things, price, quantity, profit, these all columns will be stored into where, sir? Into another cache file. That cache file is called as data cache. Now that's what my meaning of here. It stores group values, whatever you group those things into the index cache, and row values into the data cache. It is going to store it. Now aggregate expressions, enter an expression in an output port. The expression can include non-aggregate expressions and conditional clauses. Suppose if you want to utilize inside this aggregator expression some non-aggregate functions like substring, okay, or some round options, like that things also. If you want to utilize those things, you can utilize, no issues. If I want to utilize some round option, I can use the round option. L trim or R trim, anything, if you want to utilize it, you can utilize it. Okay, that's what the meaning of non-aggregate expressions are conditional things also, you can use it. What is the meaning of group by port? Indicate how to create groups. The port can be any input, output, or variable port. When grouping data, the aggregate transformation outputs the last row of each group unless otherwise specified. You understand this point, right? Okay. Sorted input. Group by port is nothing but if you go and see the property here, this is the group by port. Sorry? Okay. Now next one is sorted input. Select this option to improve session performance. This is only purpose is what, sir? Improving the performance. To use sorted input, you must pass data to the aggregate transformation sorted by group by port. Whatever I enabled in the group by ports here, same columns I need to sort it. That means here I am using these three columns as a group by port. Same three columns I need to sort in the sorted transformation, I need to send here. Okay, that is what the meaning of this point. You must pass the data to the aggregator transformation to the sorted by group by port in ascending or descending or any one way you can send it. Okay, this is what the aggregate transformation. Any questions on this one? Now if people understand what is the meaning of basic aggregate functionality. Next, creating the subtotals of the aggregator, aggregator expression, aggregator properties are what? Aggregate using sorted data is what? Okay, now to do this one, let me go for one simple exercise. Let us go for our basic level document. This is your basic level document. Now I am going for some theory points I given here. This is what the mapping flow diagram I am trying to do. I given here source is the employee table, next source qualifier, next sorted transformation, then aggregate transformation. That one I am trying to load into the target. Fine. Next, let us go for the process. We are trying to create target table as for mapping flow diagram using SQL plus create table AGG underscore employee DPT number. Next, what's that? DPT wise salaries we are trying to calculate. Each department number wise, what is the total salaries we are trying to calculate. Okay, let us go and try to do first in SQL query. We will try to do it, sir. How to calculate the department name wise, number wise salaries. I mean to say, let us go for SQL developer here. Tell me how to write the query, sir. Select DPT number, next sum of salary, okay, and from table EMP table, next group by DPT number. This is what the simple query what is available, right? So in our Informatica also we are going to store this kind of data into the target table. This kind of data we are going to store into the target table. For this one I require one target table is required. That is the reason I am trying to create one target table with this syntax. Can I take this one? Yeah, our target database is, we know already, our target schema is what, sir? TDBU002 is our target schema. Let's go to the TDB002 and I'm trying to create here and I'm trying to execute it. Click on execute. So it's executed successfully. Now, once it is executed, second step is what, sir? Import this table into the Informatica Designer tool as a target. We are trying to import this one as a target. Let us go and try to import it. I am going to the Designer tool. Click on OK. Now, what is your repository, sir? RR ITEC 002. Double click on it. Now, provide the password. Click on connect. Now, double click on RR ITEC folder. Yesterday you developed the sorting is opened here. If you want to close this mapping, go to the mappings menu, close it. Now no mappings are available. I want to go for the importing the target. Yesterday you imported this target. I want to clear this one. Then right click here. Click on clear all. I am able to do it. Now I want to import that one. Go to the targets menu. Click on import from database. Next, this was the connection. Provide the password as RR ITEC 123. Then we can notice here, we are able to see our table. The table is called as, what is the table you created? AGG underscore EMP is the table what you created. Same table will be available here. Just see it. First table is what, sir? That table. Click on OK. The table is imported with two columns. One is called as DPT number. Second is DPT wise salary. Now go to the repository menu, click on save it. I completed importing the target. That is a very simple job. Next is go to mappings menu, click on create, name it as M underscore AGG underscore EMP, same name I am taking. Then I am trying to create one mapping. Go to the mapping designer, then mappings menu, click on create. I am trying to provide same name M underscore AGG underscore EMP, click on OK. Done. Now next step is you need to drag and drop the source and targets. Click on OK. Drag and drop source and target tables into the workspace as shown below. Let us go and do that one. So this is your source table is, our source table is what's our employee table only. Employee table is coming from Scott. Let us drag and drop EMP table. Our target table is AGG underscore EMP, drag and drop that one. Once you drag and drop that one, just close the navigator window so that we have the workspace is more. Now, next I want to go for the sorter transformation. Let us go for the go to transformations tab. Click on create, name it as sorter, T underscore sorter I given, transformation underscore sorter, that means. Let us go and try to do it. Go to the transformations menu, click on create, give the name as T underscore sorter, sorry, sorter, this is T underscore sorter. Click on create, click on done. I created the sorter transformation here, that is good. Let us move on to the next one. Next is what, sir? Click on create, click on done. From source qualified transformation, drag and drop DPT number, salary into sorter transformation. Very simple job. Like this we need to do it. Correct. If you don't want to provide input, sorted input to the aggregate transformation, then we don't want sorted transformation. Okay. If you don't want to provide sorted input to the aggregate transformation, then we need not create the sorted transformation. But to improve the performance, it is always recommended to go for the sorted transformation. Yeah. Correct. 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 Yeah. Okay. What is the question is here? Is trying to ask, sir, I created here sorter transformation here. This object, whatever I created, is storing anyhow in the repository. You can see in the repository, you go to the view and navigator. Under this mapping M underscore AZ underscore here, if you go and see, under this one I have the transformation. Under transformation I am able to see this one. Sorry. Yeah, this is the No. What is no? This is the transformation which is available here. What is this question is, sir, can I use this transformation which is created in this mapping in another mapping? That's what is question. Yeah, another mapping he asking. Let us go and try to do that one. Suppose this mapping I am trying to drag and drop into the work area. I drag and drop. Now, if try to drag and drop the sorted transformation which is created in the under m_AZ_EMP into m_ODS_EMP, is it allowing here? You can see in the bottom it is showing here this object cannot be used in the bottom blue mark. The object cannot be used in a mapping. So, if you create a transformation in one mapping, that can be used only in that mapping. Cannot be used in another mapping. However, if you want to utilize reusability, that will come down the line. We have here one thing that is called as transformation developer is available, right? If you develop a transformation inside this transformation developer, that can be reusable. Those things will come down the line, how to make a transformation as reusable. Or if you want to utilize, let us say, suppose I am taking your mapping. Already you created the sorted transformation here. This one you want to make as a reusable. If you double click on this one, did you notice or not? I have one option that is called as make reusable. If I click on make reusable, this can be allowed to take into other mappings also. Okay, these are all options I would like to discuss later point of time. It is too early to discuss that. Yeah. Exactly, I am saying. You can use it. Not even other mapping. Okay, even if you want to use the same mapping, also you can use it, but automatically it's going to duplicate as a T-sorted one. Correct. Okay, this anyhow I will talk about more about this reusability functionality later point of time. Okay, one point you need to remember is as of now, by default, if you create a mapping inside the mapping, whatever transformation you created, that is scope is only in that mapping. If you create using another tool that is called as transformation developer, if you create a transformation, that can be reusable. Okay. Now let us go for your mapping that is called as m_AZ_EMP. I taken that one. Now sorter transformation is available here. Based on what you want to sort it, basically. You want to sort this one based on, if you go for ports, you want to sort based on what, sir? Department number, ascending or descending order, I given that one. So I am going to send the sorted input to the aggregator transformation. I am going to introduce that one. If you go for next points, that's what I am trying to do here. I selected a dpit number and I went for ascending order. Next, enable the checkbox under key corresponding to dpit number port name, which is marked by red color. Click on OK. Go to transformations, click on create. One more transformation we are creating that is called as aggregator. Let us go and try to create the aggregate transformation. I am going for aggregator transformation creation. Transformations. Next, create. Then go for aggregate transformation. T underscore, as it is aggregate transformation, I am giving as AZZ. Click on create. Click on done. Now let us drag and drop these two columns, whatever available, into aggregate transformation. Now, for better clarity purpose, if you want to reorder this one, you can reorder, sir. I mean to say dbit number in the first position. Okay, here also if you want to reorder it, go to the ports, then go for, sir, dbit number in the first position. Most of the times, what we'll do is key columns will make sure in the top it is available, so that visibility will be good. Nothing to with any errors and all. It won't any error, but visibility wise it is good, best practice wise. Now, once we selected that one, that is good. Let us go and see here. I have dpit number. Dpit number I need to select as what, sir? Group by port. Dpit number I need to select as a group by port. And let us go and see, follow the document as it is. Double click on aggregate transformation, click on ports tab, enable the checkbox under the group by column corresponding to dpit number port name checkbox. That's what I did here. Now, next is we are trying to click on create one new port to calculate the department name by salary. So, department by salary we are trying to calculate that column I am taking. I am trying to click on add a new port column. And in that one I am defining the formula as what? Sum of salary. Let us go and try to do that one. Click on add a new port. I want to create that one after the salary. That is the reason I am selecting the salary and I am clicking on the add a new port. New field is created. That one I am trying to rename this as some copy and paste problem. If it is came means copy here. Some spaces came, right? That's why it is not allowing me. Now it is allowed. Now this is decimal or not, sir? It is a decimal only. Now the size whatever you want you can give it, but make sure it is more than salary, because we are trying to sum up means it should be more. And it is coming from the source. No, that is the reason disable that one, and it is available as a output. And you want to define here function. That function is sum of salary. Functions are available here. All functions. Go for the sum here. Sum of salary. Salary is available here. Double click on salary. Click on validate. Click on OK. Okay. Previously I said conditional summing. I said, right? If you go for the salary, where salary is less than 2,500 I given. That means what, sir? Sum the salary only in case salary is less than 2,500. Click on validate. That also what, sir? Pass section. That is what the meaning of this conditionally summing. Conditionally summing. This point. Some value and condition. Okay. Right. Now, as of now, I am going for regular summing only. Let us say I am trying to delete this one. This conditional summing I am not doing. Only regular summing I am doing. Click on validate. Click on OK. That is done. Let us go for the next points. Sorry. Let us go for the next points. This is the sum of the salary we completed. Now go to the properties tab on the same above window. Establish the checkbox corresponding to what's a sorted input. The sorted input you need to select only before aggregate transformation. You are using the sorter transformation. If you are not using sorter transformation and if you enable the sorted input, it is going to fail the workflow. Okay, if you don't want to use this option means, if you don't want to use this option, then don't use the sorter also. Am I clear? Right. If you are using this option means mandatorily what should be there? Sorter should be there. Okay. Now I am going for that option. Let us go to the properties. There I have the sorted input. Click on enable. By default, it's creating cache in which directory, sir? PM cache directory. Where it is available? If you go for my computer, C drive, then Informatica location 9.0.1 server info shade. Next, here if you go and see, I have one thing that is called as cache file. These are the cache file location. These were the cache files location. Now in this file, in this location only, it is going to create the cache files. Two things, data cache and index cache, whatever available, two things it is going to create it. You see here, IDX stands for index cache file, DAT stands for data cache file. This is someone's, yesterday we ran the sorter transformation we ran, right? That corresponding things. Our aggregate things as of now not created. Okay, right. Now what I would like to do is, let us go for your designer. I enabled your sorted input. Now observe here, aggregate data cache size, aggregate index cache size. These are what's are here, auto it is available. If you see my slide here, my slides are not updated slides. Okay, some of the screens may be here and there is talking about the 7.1, 7.5 series. Okay, at that moment we prepared it. By default, cache is here. We given as what, sir? Okay, what are you given by default, sir? 2000K we given. This is 2000K and this is 1000K. Always remember, comparatively index cache, data cache will be more. Why? Because group by ports may be 1 or 2 or 3. Yes or no, sir? But data will be a number of columns will be there. If you see in our sample thing only, group by columns are how many, sir? Only 3 columns. These 3 columns corresponding data is going to show in the index. Remaining all columns data is going to show in the data cache. That is the reason always index cache will be less than data cache. Our data cache will be more than index cache. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. Correct. Yeah, we can see that one. What is the question is, for each and every aggregator transformation, corresponding cache file, is it going to store in this location? That is what the answer. That is what the question. Answer is yes. We can see that one end of our workflow ran. Okay, right. Let us go on. Let us go next steps. That is done. Click on OK. Next what, sir? Connect DPIT number DPT department wise salary to the aggregate transformation. Let us go and do that one. Click on OK. Now this is our target is available. I want to connect DPT number to DPT number, department wise salary to department wise salary. Let us go and try to arrange all iconic. This is what we arranged, all the iconic things. Now this one I want to save it. Go to the repository menu, click on save it. I saved, and also I am observing here my thing is valid or not. I am observing it is valid. Now with this I completed creating what, sir? Mapping. From here remaining story is same. Creating the workflow, creating the session, the remaining story is same. Those things we'll try to do it quickly. Let us go for workflow designer. Workflow designer. Okay. Then I am going to the new workflows. Create. I am giving the name also WF underscore. We are trying to understand what, sir? Aggregate. We are trying to understand. Click on OK. Now try to create one session. Let us go for the session task. Click in the work area. What is that, sir? M underscore AEZ underscore EMP. Connect these two things. Click on link task. Connect these two things. And also we need to change the properties here. Mapping. SQ underscore EMP is coming from source, native underscore source. Is it the right one? No. This is coming from where, sir? Scott. So we need to select here Scott. This is coming from where, sir? This is coming from target, native target. That is our schema is TDBU002. That is where the place we created this table, right? This is one we created in the TDBU002. Now I mapped like that. Go to the workflow. Okay. And click on OK. And these are the two transformations, whatever available, whatever properties we given over there, those are properties also visible here. You can see it. Okay. And this is what the aggregate transformation, whatever available, both we are seeing. Now try to click on OK. Now try to go for the repository menu, save it. I saved it. This also what, sir? Valid. Now try to run this one. Right click. Go for start workflow from task. Then automatically one more window is going to open that is called as workflow monitor. It is running. Once it is completed, it is succeeded. This also succeeded. Once it is completed, we can go and we can see the statistics of this one. Right click, go for what, sir? Get run properties. Then statistics is, if you go and see from source how many records are there, but target how many records are there? 3. It is an active transformation or it is a passive transformation? It is an active transformation. And why you got 3 sir here? Because I have only 3 departments corresponding data. 10th department, 20th department, 30th department. Let us go and see the target data. Go for the target table, whatever available. Right click, preview data. Then select here your target connection. That is RR ITEC 002 target. What is the username, sir? TDBU 002 RR capital ITEC small 123. Sorry. RR capital ITEC small 123 connect. Whatever we got here result, whatever you written in the query here, both are giving same result or not. If you go for previous I written manually, 10th department what, sir? 8750, same thing you got or not? 20th department 10875, same thing. 30th department 19400, same thing. So whatever I written manually SQL query, whatever my tool is loaded, both are giving same result or not. So I can believe like this data is correct. And below this one I given some scenarios. I am expecting you people to do that one. Scenario 1, load the target table using conditional sum feature for the same above mapping. I want what is I want to see here. I given condition as what? Salary is less than or equal to 2500 I given. Try to implement this one and try to validate the data. First see in the source table who are the records more than 2500 is available. Suppose if we, how we can see, sir? Let us say I given condition 2500 means go to the Scott. Go to the Scott and go to the EMP table. This is what your source data, right? Tell me one point. In the 10th department, these are the 3 records are available, right? I given condition as what, sir? Less than or equal to 2500 I given. That means what is the, which record is going to match, sir? 1300 and 2450. These two things only if you sum up what is the data we are getting, after we ran the mapping, we should get the same data. Yes or no, sir? That's why we need to validate the data. You understand? This is a scenario 1 we need to do in the lab. Next, yeah.
So we created one final record. So this is calculation.
Yeah.
So after that, so how can you use the OBI people? So which one I created with the new table? This table. How can the OBI people use?
See, that is a different story. What is the question is here? Once I populated the data into this target table, whatever available, this target table is I populated just now. One target table, the target table is called as AGG underscore EMP. Now data is came here. Now we are asking how the OBI people or any reporting people using this table, right? This table will try to import, those guys will try to import this table into the OBI platform and they will develop the reports. I hope you know OBI, right? You people need to understand this point. Yeah, this table is now data warehouse.
It is very easy to develop these kind of things in Oracle. So why we are using?
That is a good question. This is very easy to develop directly in the SQL itself. That's what I shown here. Okay, these all are we are practicing only basic level thing we are practicing. Actually, we are about to do this one. Joiner, sorter, and aggregator. We are about to do it. But to do this one at a time, we don't know what is sorter, what is aggregator. We don't know. Without knowing this one, if you are trying to do it, we will be confused. That is the reason I am going for small things. Once it is completed, in this exercise, you come to understand what exactly we are trying to do here. Okay. Correct. Anything you require SQL knowledge. Informatica also require SQL knowledge. Good knowledge. Okay. Now, if people understand today totally what the summarization is, aggregator transformation we understand. In aggregate transformation, these are the points we learned. First one is, in aggregate transformation is meant for only to create the subtotals and grand total, this kind of things. Second one is, in aggregate transformation, you must use the group by columns. And whatever group by columns you use, if you are using the sorted input means same columns must be sorted in the sorted transformation. And in this one, I have the cache property. Cache is going to improve the performance is going to improve it. Backend is going to create the corresponding what's that? Index corresponding things and data corresponding things. Files are going to create here. Am I clear? Right. So it is created now. Two things it is created. What is the time, sir? 10:28. Cache. What is the directory we given?